We're going to check out Reagan here. 1400 tank. This is Numbani. This is a very good map to look at how to play Reinhardt. So let's check this out, guys. It's a very good, like, let's explore this. I love that you have 2 gay Jessies on your team. Just breathe deeply. Oh, yo, clutch. You got stuck on the wall. Happens to me too. Okay. Small mistake. It's honestly not much of a mistake. Hold on, let me get rid of these things. Because you can like really use this to your advantage. But yeah, usually Reinhardt just sits right. He lives right here. In this little corner. Here, I'll draw for you. Wait, let me get this epic pen. Actually, you don't really need to draw here, but yeah, usually Reinhardt just stays right here. You just live right here. This is where you live. But what you're doing is kind of a 200 IQ play. A lot of Reinhardts recognize that that's where Reinhardts want to play, and if you back up here and expose yourself to them, they're going to think, hey, we have all the space, we can take it. So if you know that you have heals behind you, you're getting double pocketed, you're being healed really well, and there's DPS coming in from behind you, you could actually play here to bait them out. Like, do you see how far forward that little Oompa Loompa guy came? Right, the little Torb? He came so far forward because he knew that you were giving up space. That was punishable. You hit him with a fire strike, perfect, your team could have finished him off. But by backing up, you're baiting them in, and they're going to take space that actually doesn't belong to them. And then what you can do is, like, you can bait them, and then as you're swinging into this Reinhardt, you can walk to the side and just charge, like right here. Charge like that. The short charge, get that kill. You can do all sorts of fun, fancy, fun stuff, but generally you just want to play right here. A lot of really good charge angles for Reinhardt. Fancy letters. But yeah, the big mistake Reinhardts make here, the big mistake Reinhardts make here, is they go here, and then all of a sudden they get the bloodlust overtakes them. They just get bloodlusty and they fight down here, and it's like, there are no heals for you. No heals. So be careful with the bloodlust. Alright, what are these names? Vendetta D9. Vendetta and 9, okay. Jesse Gay. Yo, 7's in here. Nice, 7. The Kid at the Park, 7. We have 2 7s here. Yo Lee, Vanessa Kristen. I feel like that's a troll. Kumlu. The Big Titter. From the Pine. And Leap Bix, 420. Okay. But yeah, 7, I like your positioning here on Moira. 7, I'll try to give you some tips here too, okay? From what I can see from Reagan's perspective. I like your position here as Moira. Why is Moira so good in this position? Because you can fade and jump and make it here. You can fade jump across this. Both ways. You can go both ways. So Moira playing up here is pretty good. It's pretty good. Oops. So you're doing the right stuff so far. This is perfect. Never give up high ground. What's up, Killgales? What's going on? You actually probably could have countercharged that. That would have been a massive hammer, but I think you were LOS from heals over the cart. I think, Reagan, you were probably watching something else. Like, you were watching one of the other characters when the Reinhardt charged. Because the first charge that you countercharged, you actually had less time to react to than this one. So that to me seemed like a choice. Honestly, not a bad one. Because if the Reinhardt charges that deep, your team usually kills him. But your DPS weren't there for you. The heals were there, because you didn't die to the charge. But the DPS wasn't there. Good swings. Yeah, this turret. Get rid of Chad here. Nice. Bye, Chad. Oh, you didn't see him? Yeah, you were probably watching one of the other tanks. I guarantee it. You were watching something else, and then, like, by the time your eyes went to him, you're like, oh shit, he's charging? Yeah. That's no big deal. Honestly, that's one of those things where if he charges you, your healers are right there, so you got to full HP pretty quickly. So that's your healers were on point. But the DPS just needed to be there. This is good. I love that you retake high ground. You're playing this perfectly so far. Nice fire strike. Huge, huge block. Massive Torb nut block, dude. Wait, what are you hitting right now? What the hell were you hitting? Oh, it's the wall. Okay. I'm like, what is... I'm hearing the hitting noise. Oh, it was the Zarya bubble on the charge? Legit. Smart. Okay, he's charging in the same spot. Yeah, be careful. Play with your Zarya here. Keep your shield up. Okay. There's a lot of gay in the kill feed. That's good. Full pride kill feed, guys. Full pride kill feed. Nicely done. So right there, small mistake. What happened was they came in through the back. Huge props to their team for trying different strategies. They came in back here and then they charged in. Whoops. Oh my god, my mouse. And then the Reinhardt ended up here, right? What you want to do when you're here, just don't even charge after him. Stay here and keep that shield up. If you keep that shield up, you're blocking the damage from the Pharah, you're blocking the damage from the Zen, you're blocking the damage from this guy, you're blocking the damage from this guy, and you're making her decision to get in to heal the Reinhardt a deadly one. If you just stay here and just divide and conquer. Divide and conquer by keeping that shield up, let your team deal with the Reinhardt back there, because they will. Instead of turning around and charging, which exposes your team because you have no other shield tank, just stay up there, keep that shield up. Seems counterintuitive, but trust me, you get a lot of value. And especially if the enemy team is running like an Ana, if the enemy team has an Ana and their main tank is just like wanton, just going crazy, jumping in your backline, if you keep that shield up, he's getting no heals from the Ana. Step in the cumbies real quick. Okay, so your team couldn't really do too much about taking high ground here. Oh, that's a huge hack. Oh, Zarya! Oh! Huge charge, but like... What? Oh. Your Baptiste was emoting. I want to see why this guy stopped killing the, why did he stop killing the Torb? He's emoting? Yo, this whole fight just went to total absolute shit. This fight just went to shit. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Right here, really unfortunate that the Zarya didn't punch or right-click the floor to kill the Torb. I totally agree with your decision to go kill the Torb. There's like nothing wrong there. But the big thing that happens here is the EMP kind of crushes you guys a little bit. Your BAP is also emoting on point, so he can't heal anybody. That's a yikes. He threw his lamp and then he emoted. That's kind of not great. It's probably fat finger there. Probably fat finger. And then you went after the Torb. That's good. You missed the fire strike, and then by then you're like, oh shit, I'm neck deep in this Torb right now. I am neck deep in this Torbjorn right now. And you're just like, I gotta finish the job, which nothing wrong with that. But get back to the point, help your team there. The Zarya and the Torb here, or Zarya and Bap just kind of made fatal mistakes. Not much you can do about that. Your DPS is good. Emoting support's most bronze thing ever. Yeah, kind of a mistake that he emoted there. That definitely, I think, sealed the deal for your team. Yeah, try not to emote in the middle of a fight, guys. I've been there. Perfect spot. Okay, now things might get a little confusing. I love your position, though. Right here. You can keep holding that corner, my man. Okay. Perfect. So you had good thinking. Just small mistake. The Reinhardt charged in on your Zarya. You kept your shield up, which is good, but you moved off to the left, and then you weren't protecting either the Zarya or your backline. So stay toward the middle there until the Reinhardt is dealt with, and then rotate left or rotate far back and then go inside to the building. With that Reinhardt charge, though, there's only so much you can do, especially with this Pharah just raining down on you. You held up, which is good. That's where you're supposed to hold. So that was all well and good. So you guys haven't done anything wrong yet. But definitely group up here as 6 and hit this point as a team. That cart moved quick. Big slam when ulting. Scream it. Get some healing going, Kels. Oh, that's a lot of nut. Sticky, sticky nut, dude. I actually don't know how it got behind you. I felt like you blocked it all. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to block it. Poop, you missed a main healer accidentally emoting in the middle of a fight. That's what you missed. Get that hammer, for sure. Hammer. Okay, your team already won it. Don't hammer. A little conservative with the hammer, but it worked out. Your DPS really pulled out. The DPS on your team here are actually pretty good. Yeah, we are drowning in sticky nut, Zoro. What up, Zoro, by the way? Do you have a good weekend, my man? Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, what you want here is you want an early hammer. Yo, this Sombra is actually killing people. Jesse must be really gay. Good for him. Or her. Hammer that. Hammer. Big. Big. Okay, small mistake from the Sombra. She needs to finish off the... You guys, if you're playing Sombra and you EMP... First of all, huge hammer. If you EMP as Sombra, guys, the first person you should shoot is always the Zenyatta. Who got drunk, Poop? What's up, Dougal? You jamming? You got drunk in your meeting, Poop? Yeah, this is... You're standing in the right spot. You're not really doing anything wrong. You're swinging a lot. You guys, why is swinging a lot important on Reinhardt? Because it disguises your ability usage. So this is well done. I can't tell if you're fire striking or shielding or hammering. Excellent window usage. You got booped. You can't block all of that. That's fine. He kind of baited you with that one. I honestly wasn't expecting him to hammer. It looked like he was backing up to be a little more defensive. Oh yeah, Poop? How was it, man? Was it fun? So this is well played. You almost got OT. You almost got OT. Nicely done. There's not much more that you could be doing as Reinhardt here, to be honest. I have a weird, probably not helpful suggestion. What I'm finding as I'm playing Reinhardt on my Smurfs and stuff in really high SR games is I have to play him like a Roadhog. In the middle of fights, I will push forward. I will push the front line forward until my front line is behind their front line, and then I'll turn around and I'll charge back. Works wonders. Things like that. There's some like really risky plays that Reinhardt gets really rewarded for doing right now. I'm still trying to learn all of it, but you're kind of playing Reinhardt to the max here. Really, all you could be doing more is either hitting more fire strikes or landing every hammer. But outside of that, there's only so much you could be doing. You're trying. You and Seven here are trying. Your DPS are very good. Your DPS on the team are very good. Get a massage? Jesus. Yeah, Kerchak, that's really all he does. Yeah. That's what I'm trying now in like 4K plus, trying it on Ryan. That's the way to go, man. You could charge that sideways. Perfect. Perfect. Get the mega. Actually, even smarter. Even smarter. Even smarter. I told you to get the mega. That's the wrong thing to do here. You're staying here and you're making sure that that Mercy can't resurrect the Reinhardt. So you're actually protecting the corpse. Perfect. Oh, you missed it. That's okay, though. Oh! I see you. You're going for the 500 IQ play. You let him get the res, then you kill him, and then you kill the Reinhardt for more ultimate. I see you. I see you. That's God tier play right there. Yeah, swing here. Swing here. There's not much to block, so you need damage. Charge here, 100%. Kill the bat, then charge. Nice. Whoa. Weird little bounce thing there. Bees, if that's the sausage you're looking for. Is it small at first or what? A lot of shrinkage in Texas these days because it's freezing as shit. Hopefully it's warmed up a little bit. Nice. Oh. How come that never happens to me? How come my chargers never do that? Did you pay Jeff Kaplan something? You literally hit him twice with the same charge, dude. What is that? My chargers never do that.
My ultimate is charging.
Giga Galaxy Gamer Brain plays, aka Zorro plays. Maybe smaller than it appears. Okay. Nice. Nice. Huge charge. Massive charge. Yeah. Okay. So Reagan and 7. What I'm seeing here, I see that constantly throughout this game, your 2 DPS, these guys, one of them is definitely smurfing, probably the Sombra. These guys are both very good. Your Zarya has good bubbles, and you've got good healing. What I'm feeling here is more of that. More of that. Play up in their faces, get that swinging action out, go for those charges just like that. That charge was perfect. It was literally like pixel perfect. If you charge and finish here, he maybe lives and you maybe die, but by finishing inside here, the enemy has no vision of the Reinhardt and no vision of you, but your team has vision of you and of the Reinhardt. So literally like perfect angle, perfect everything. Very well done with the charge. You've totally opened up the team. Because you have really good DPS, there's a lot of pressure being shoved into their team. So if you go up and swing or charge, it's very unlikely that you'll be killed immediately. That's usually what I look for. So if you're playing a Reinhardt game and you see that your DPS in the kill feed is just like murdering people. What's up, Tib? Yo, Tib, we're taking you later, okay? I think you're coming up in 1 or 2 VODs. Tibby. Did you ever play Tibia, by the way? Anyway. So if my DPS are just like straight murdering people and I'm playing Reinhardt and I'm playing somewhat defensively and they're murdering people, I'm going to play more aggressively because it's going to open up the game for them. It's going to open up the game for me as well. And that's exactly what you're doing. I think you've keyed in on it here. You figured it out. Yeah, if the Pharaoh's not focusing you especially, it's true. Yeah, look at the DPS in your team. They don't give a shit. See, right now you're not blocking for anybody. They want you to play aggressive, so you should play aggressive with them. Like, look at that. Huge bubble. You see that? Your Zarya dodged a hammer and then bubbled the Sombra, saving him from a charge. That's, your team here is good. You've got a really good team. And you're playing it just right. Now you can't get that charge off. Why is there nut right there? What? There's always that little bit you never catch, you know? A small mistake from the EMP. Probably. Oh my god, okay. Was that a flank? Oh, okay, that's why it was. You definitely want that EMP to happen a little later so you can get that hammer, but I had no idea Dead Eye was going, so there you go. I like this aggressive play. Charge back to your team here. See if you can bring them a gift. How much did you pay Jeff Kaplan, dude? Holy shit. Oh. She was like on the other side of the screen. Oh, yoink! What? That's when I put a question mark in the all chat. You pinned an invisible Sombra? Oh my god, I hate you. I hate you. This is your positioning is stellar. You do play a little defensively at first, but once you picked up on the idea, you may not like explicitly know it, but you've picked up on the feeling of the game. So you have a really developed like game sense. Like you can sense when the game's going well or poorly, that kind of thing. You know that your DPS are playing aggressively and they're getting stuff done because they're showing up all over the kill feed. It's encouraging you to play aggressively, and because your team is playing aggressively, everything just kind of like amplifies. Everyone just amplifies one another. So you're able to get a lot more done. This is clever. Usually you're not supposed to give up high ground, but you noticed both tanks were down here, so you're like, F it. You're playing down here because your DPS are down here. You hooked an Invis Sombra. I doubly hate you. Good fire strike. Honestly, bro, just charge this. Playing on the backside of cart, this is good. This Reaper's way aggro. Nice. Big heals coming in. Yep. Charge, charge. No hands, no rock, no shield, no bubbles. Oh! Yeah. You are absolutely obliterating this team. The DPS on your team are really, really good. When they're like this, when this is happening, guys, feel free to charge. 100% your DPS are going to be there to back you up. These guys are definitely smurfing. And you've also got 7 Strings knows what he's doing on Moira. There's a lot of heals at your back here. Losing streaks are fun learning moments. Really, Jam? What the hell? That's a lot of shields. That's a lot of defense. What you can actually even just do here, dude, you can stand here. Oh my god. You can stand right here, ferry everybody. They go behind you. They go up the stairs, and then they all group up here. This is what you should be doing. Your whole team should group up here. You work up this way as Reinhardt. Come in here, and then just like play up here while your team has great high ground vision, and just jump down and get that charge off. Right now you're just kind of, you're playing their game a little bit by playing over here. But this Doom is in, he doesn't care at all. Bingo. Your Doom was in, so you go in. I'm surprised that didn't suck somebody in and kill him. Yeah, dominated. Good shield usage. Nice shielding. Good heals. Yeah, this was... clinic. This was a clinic, man. You guys kind of destroyed the enemy team. That was You guys had 5 minutes left, I think, on Numbani. Yikes. Or some kind of unassailable amount of time left. Something insane. You obliterated that team. I'm going to commend you. Both you and Seven. You guys played really well. You adapted to the space that your DPS was creating on your team. You adapted to it, and then you played with them, and you guys just absolutely steamrolled. You had a little trouble on the first defense, which is fine. That's very normal for Numbani. People just kind of blitz you, and then you die, and then whatever. So huge ups, huge props on your mental fortitude. Nicely done. You guys took that sucker punch, and then you hit back and never stopped hitting. So Reagan, as a Reinhardt, if your DPS are crushing like this, play aggressive. You'll be rewarded by your DPS and by your heals, right? If your DPS are playing aggressive and you're back here, it's actually harder on your heals to heal everybody. But if you play up with your DPS, everyone's together, it's easier for your healers. So overall, I would say you play a little defensively. Reinhardt is pretty fat right now. You could play a little more aggressively overall. Try to land those fire strikes if you can. Spam it. Make sure it's spamming. You're spamming it off cooldown. Go for more charges. Go for more charges. Go for charges that don't go through the enemy team, right? If the enemy team is walking this direction, charge this way. Charge perpendicular. Try to go for more charges. I know that's like totally counter to all the advice I've given lately, but I've been playing a little more Reinhardt on Smurf accounts, and it's like the game's about charging right now. It's literally about charging. You play him like an OG Roadhog. At least like in really high brackets. It may be a little more dangerous in lower brackets because you're surrendering your team's shield to get one charge off. But when your DPS are popping, feel free. What else? Like, there's not too much to critique here. I want to say something about your hammer usage, but there wasn't really anything you did wrong. By the time you ever got into position to use a hammer, your DPS picked 2 or 3 people, so it's like, well, do I hammer or do I keep it? Like, I don't even know. So for me, what I would say, I'm still learning. I'm still learning myself. I would say that if your DPS are popping, if you have good heals like 7, you have good heals at your back, and your DPS are consistently getting picks every fight. Like, each of your DPS players is killing one person, so it's literally always 6v4. Go ham. Go ham with charges. If the game is much more even and there are no Smurfs in the game, don't do those charges. But if you are going, thank you Kathy, by the way. But if you are going for those charges, go sideways. Don't go into the enemy team. Go sideways and hopefully make sure that they're short, so that you charge and then you hit a wall immediately. Yeah, short charges, perpendicular charges. Yeah, I usually just tell people never to charge, but it obviously worked for you here because your DPS was there to back you up. Your DPS is there. If your DPS isn't there, charging just gets you killed. Gets your DPS killed, and then people lose their minds. I'm trying to think, like, what else? I love your swing usage, your fire strike usage here. You definitely got into the enemy Reinhardt's head a little bit. I think one thing you could stand to work on a little bit is your movement around a moving cart. Reinhardt has to stand in very particular places around a moving cart. I don't want to be like too specific or too esoteric with the advice here. I think the best way to think about it is, if the enemy's approaching you, stay on the back side of cart. If you're pushing into the enemy, stay in the front. That's about it. And then also know, you guys, if you're Reinhardt players or if you're trying to play against a Reinhardt, if on payload maps, the hammer, Reinhardt's ultimate, goes underneath and over the cart. So cart will not protect you from Reinhardt's ultimate. It used to, way back in the day. It doesn't anymore. So you can hammer over and through it. So what I often do is I will use the cart to mask my hammer usage. Yeah, that's true, Jam. Watching a Reinhardt VOD back, that's actually a very good piece of advice. If you're trying to learn, like how come I never really get heals in my games? Watch a couple of your games from the perspective of your main healer, and just see how often you cut off line of sight. Here, you really didn't do it, and when you did, it didn't really matter because your DPS are cleaning up so much anyway. Yeah, I feel like you could have played any tank here and it would have shined. Your Reinhardt's good though. Your Reinhardt's good. I want to see you get silver in the next few weeks. I think you can do it, Reagan. I think you can do it. You're so close. Have you ever been 2K before on tank? I think you can get there too. You're silver right now? Yeah. You can get gold for sure. Absolutely. Just keep playing Reinhardt. Reinhardt's pretty good right now. Keep those swings going. Keep the fire strikes going. When you have ultimate, try to let your team know. If you're going to charge, make sure it's perpendicular to the direction through which the enemy is coming. If they're coming this way, make sure you charge perpendicular, right? So it's a short charge. Also, if you get charged yourself as a Reinhardt, don't respond with a charge because he'll just walk out of the way and you'll be dead. Always respond either with a shield or with a swing after you're charged. And then the last little bit of advice, since Reinhardts are charging a lot right now, you definitely did do this. I think I was like on the second and third times this happened. If the enemy Reinhardt, or like if a ball or a Reinhardt or like a diva or a monkey, they go through you to your backline, your job is not to turn around and swing at them or charge at them as a Reinhardt. Your job is to maintain the shield so the enemy DPS doesn't get free shots. The enemy Ana can't heal your teammates, that kind of thing. Keep that shield up. You're the head of the spear, keep it going. Yeah, pinning back after you get pinned is a huge gamble. Yeah, it is. It's really hard. You swing if you charge, perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. Yeah. That's something I learned myself quite quick in the game. Like I would charge back and it's like, I never hit the guy back with the secondary charge. It's actually really hard to hit. It's really hard to hit. Okay, Reagan. Thank you, dude. If you have any questions about stuff, Reagan, help me. Let me know, okay? And I can help you out with anything. Any map, if we do like a random map and you're like, oh, where do you go here? Blah, blah, blah. I can help you out. This is going to be good. This next VOD, we're doing Tibby. We're doing Tibby and then Matt and then Kiba and then Shiv, okay? We're going to be looking at a 4400 VOD today as well, guys, at the end of the day. So I highly encourage you to either come back at around like 5:30 my time. That's what, 2 hours from now, or just hang out. We're going to be looking at a pro VOD and we'll be doing it through multiple perspective. It's like 44 to 4500. And I'll explain as much stuff as I can. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to get Tibby loaded. Tibby, I know you're here. You got that follow going. This is a 2100 tank. So this is right on the money for you, Reagan. I think this is in everything. King's Row. I think Tib plays everything here. Okay, so it starts as a Zarya. Okay. What's up, Kingham? Hey, Tib. Here you are, my man. Yeah, Reagan, I feel you, dude. Numbani positioning both offense and defense as Reinhardt is so hard. It's so hard, but you were perfect. You were perfect. You play up, 0.1 defense, that's perfect. You go down when you see the two tanks because nobody else is going to be pushing any other direction. And until then, usually you just play tight corners to block the cart, and that's it. You played it just right. You played it just right.